Today we're going to talk about why Jalen Hurts is probably the most physical and imposing specimen Oklahoma's ever had at quarterback, and the most physically imposing quarterback in the Big 12 already, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today we're going to talk about why Jalen Hurts is the most physically imposing quarterback ever at Oklahoma. And I'm talking about measurables here. The things that Jalen Hurts can do as a quarterback make him one of the monsters in this conference already. Because all the things that Sam Ehlinger can do at Texas with his quarterback run game, Jalen Hurts can do that and then some. And I'm telling you, he's faster, he's bigger, he's stronger, and he can still make all the throws. That makes him intoxicating for Lincoln Riley. I gotta believe when you talk about scheme for this dude. In 2017, I found this article at AOL.com that I would point you to. My man was 6'2", 210 pounds. Quarterback. Got a quarterback that power cleaned, pulled from the floor, 350. You got a quarterback who ran a 4.48 40-yard dash. That means that he would have been the fastest quarterback at the combine that year. The fastest quarterback at the combine ran 4.54 seconds in the 40. And if for those of you that think that Tua can take off and run with the ball, that dude managed to crack 4.7 as a true freshman. Also makes Jalen Hurts faster than running backs Josh Jacobs and Damian Harris. And you know what? Just as strong. Dude is squatting over 500 pounds. Dude is benching over 315 pounds. He is a load, and he's gotten bigger in the last 2 years if you haven't been paying attention. Now, when you're thinking about what he can do with the football, a lot of folks are already talking about, hey, let's run some triple option. Let's run some wishbone. You said that with Kyler. I need you to stop, okay? You're not saying that about Austin Kendall. You're not saying that about even Blake Bell, and that dude was used like hard G. Nobody's talking about hard G needs to be running triple option. No. They say, hey, man, if you can make it happen with your legs, make it happen with your legs. If not, complete some passes. And because you have these wide receivers on the outside, you can expect them to be able to do to the 10th power what Texas could do. And until Jalen Hurts got to this conference, you can make an argument that hard G is the best quarterback left at Texas, left in the Big 12. Matter of fact, the carousel at Texas is comical because Pee Wee Herman saw this coming, apparently. He knew the transfer portal was going to be a thing because he signed 2 quarterbacks in his last class, man. He signed both Cameron Rising and Casey Thompson in the 2018 class. And you know what? One of those dudes was not going to be the guy. And Casey Thompson was going to leave until Cam Rising decided to end up in Utah. And then Shane Buechele decided he wanted to grad transfer. And all of a sudden, you become the number 2 guy on the depth chart, which means that all hard G has to do is go down, and you become the guy. Because flat out, I don't think Rashawn can throw the ball. I don't think Rashawn Johnson's going to be the answer at quarterback for Texas in the future. He might get better. We'll see. I'm not sure that Pee Wee is the kind of dude to develop passers, if you know what I mean, though. However, he could be. We'll wait and see. I'm excited for Casey Thompson. I hope he gets an opportunity. Maybe he can beat out Hard G in preseason. I doubt it. Hard G seems like the guy. And that's how I started this conversation because it feels like it's just going to be Jalen Hurts and Hard G. Brock Purdy at Iowa State, I'm sure is going to have something to say about this. We'll have to wait and see on that. But outside of those 3 guys, nobody's afraid of Austin Kendall of West Virginia. Not because Austin Kendall's not a great quarterback, but because he doesn't really have that much to work with on the outside with skill guys. I'm not afraid of West Virginia this year. I'm not afraid of Texas Tech this year. Even though Alan Bowman's pretty good, it's going to be running an entirely different offense with an entirely different personnel group. Not entirely different personnel group so much as Yost is going to do what Yost wants to do. Matt Wells is going to let Yost do what he wants to do, and there's no guarantee that they want to go with Alan Bowman. That said, he could be okay. Whatever Matt Rule throws out there, I'm sure is going to be middle of the road. Les Miles is in permanent rebuilding mode for the next 2 years. And I don't know what Kleiman thinks he's going to be able to do at Kansas State, but, you know, we'll wait and see on that, man. I'm just not enthused by them, and I don't think that Alex Delton is going to help you at all at TCU. So quarterbacks that were great, actually quarterbacks were the thing that was great about this conference last year. Kyler Murray, Will Grier, Hard G, Brock Purdy. You can even make an argument that Charlie Brewer at Baylor was, you know, more than okay, and Alan Bowman was definitely more than okay. This year, my God, I mean, it's Jalen Hurts and it's Hard G. And I think it's saying a lot about this conference that Lincoln Riley went to go get a guy that looked a lot like Hard G does when you talk about skill set. It's a guy that's not going to complete 70% of his passes, but it's going to complete around 65%. It's a guy that will take off and run with the ball, not because he can't throw it, but because he's just as good running it as any running back you have. Now, and I think you're talking about the zone read, which has been a part of Oklahoma's game plan since Lincoln Riley got here, honestly. And even you going back to Trevor Knight and Josh Heupel, because that's the kind of scheme that Bob Stoops wanted to pivot to. I see a lot of that going on, especially with Trey Sermon, Kennedy Brooks, Ramondre Stevenson, and Marcus Major. I mean, you're going to have options back there when you talk about skill guys. But I think, again, what folks miss about Jalen Hurts is not just that he's a decent runner with the ball and he's a decent passer with the ball. It's that if he wasn't committed to playing quarterback, this is exactly the kind of guy that Tim Tebow would have been compared to. It's exactly the kind of guy that works in an Urban Meyer kind of system, works in a Tom Herman type of system. And at Lincoln Riley's fingertips, I'm really excited to see what this kind of a quarterback looks like in the system. And obviously, this is the guy Lincoln wanted. Obviously, he believes more in Jalen Hurts than he did in Austin Kendall, or at least that's what he's leading us to believe. I'm sure he's going to have more to say about this the next time they have a press conference around National Signing Day. But I think everybody needs to take away from this. Jalen Hurts is not the dude to be messed with. If you're going to tackle him hard, tackle him low, because he will run right through you. My man is strong. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.